Welcome to a Helpdesk pop quiz. This is called Automatic Addressing Atrocity. Objective 2.5. Given a scenario, install and configure the basic wired or wireless networks. Content for this quiz is credited to Advanced Network Solutions. Okay, here's the situation. A user calls the help desk saying that the printer is not printing in this office at a facility. Keep in mind it's kind of a big facility, bigger network, maybe a few hundred devices. So there's different variables to keep in mind. Okay, our initial variables of what we already know. The printer is USB connected and it is shared over the network. So do you have experience with USB printers that are shared from one host to another? If you do, then maybe you have some good ideas of how to troubleshoot this. And if you don't, you might learn something new. Okay, so let's take it the playing field. So we have computer A, get my little pointer, which is a laptop down here. We have computer B, which is a office computer here. So we know that it is shared over a USB. And it's from this host to this client. Now, how would you troubleshoot this? What are some first things that you see here? Take a look at the IP configs. Those are important. You'll need to know that for later. Okay, let's get into the troubleshooting part. So there's different steps 1 through 6. So identify. Have we identified the problem? Yep. Well, we know that a person can't print. Okay. So we identified that is the problem. Do we know the theory of why? Well, what could we say what was on that screen earlier? Maybe something went wrong with USB. Maybe something's wrong with that computer. Maybe something's wrong with the share. So a couple different theories we have there, and we have to test them all. Okay, so let's get into there we go. Just had to hit the right one. Okay, learning here. Okay, restart all devices. It's pretty normal. First thing I do, maybe the share is acting funny or it's not working. I did see that a PIPA address on that computer, so I thought that was weird, but not too weird. So I just let them reboot. I didn't really play with them too much. Everything got restarted within the first 10 minutes of this troubleshooting call. Okay, after that, what else could we do? What's the next step? Well, I started to ping things to see if there's some sort of problem with the connection between computer A and computer B. And the result was that they could ping and they could talk. So I was like, that's quite strange. I'm not sure if that's a problem with the share or not. So then I go over to computer B, and yeah, I can print from that host just fine, but the client can't print. So it wasn't quite making sense to me. I couldn't find any problem network share related, Windows printing service related, something like that. So then I kind of stepped out and looked at the bigger picture, and it's pretty obvious in the face that there's some sort of a PIPA address that was on that last slide that we just saw. So if we go back here and look at that address, yeah, it was a PIPA, like 169, and that lets you know that something's funny with that wired connection. So just to test things, I was like, all right, well, maybe the PIPA is creating some sort of problem with the share. That was my theory, and I tested it, and I found out as soon as they unplugged that network cable, it no longer started to try to grab DHCP, which was, I guess that was what it was doing at some point. And then it took the NIC the Ethernet cable out of it, so it doesn't have an address anymore, and for some reason that's just fixed the printer share just fine. Computer A immediately started printing all the jobs from all the morning, and that was the short-term solution for now. Hopefully, I don't really like USB printing. It's not the best way to do things. Try to get printers on the network. It's a lot easier to manage and troubleshoot. Anyway, so that was the answer. How well did you do? Did you learn something new? Or did you gain some confidence? Either way, thank you for watching. Have a great night.